Video is about the Unit 1 project. So in Unit 1, we talked a lot about applications of arithmetic. One of the things that we discussed early was cash flow. And those are going to be the important things that we're going to look at in Unit 1's project. In Part 1, we're going to look at Pete's budget. It says Pete's a college student who's now responsible for all of his expenses. We're going to use the information below to calculate his monthly expense budget. For daily calculations, multiply by 30. For weekly calculations, we multiply by 4. So we have all the different aspects of his budget here that we're going to look at. Each one of these has a certain value and, of course, a certain time for how much he spends per day or per month. So we're going to make sure that we convert all of these values for food and for housing into monthly values. And then we want to add up all of his monthly expenses. So here's where you'll put the values for each of the monthlies. So when you make the conversion, put your answers here, and then we add those up to make our total monthly expenses. The second part is just going to ask him if Pete earns $2,000 per month and he puts 20% of his monthly pay into savings. So you're going to reduce this value by 20%, find out how much you still have left over, and is that enough to cover the monthly expenses. In Part 2, you're going to create your own budget. Some of these numbers you may not know because of your living situation, but do your best to estimate them or reach out to somebody in your home who does pay those bills to kind of get an idea. Just do your very best. There's not really a right or wrong answer here, but the more accurate you are, the better you can plan your own budget. Then below, you'll answer some questions about any expenses that are not covered on this list. The answer no is not a good answer for this question. There are certainly lots of other expenses that are not included in this list. Be creative and at least come up with one. And then the last question is just going to ask you, based on the information that you put in here, if you were to cover all of these expenses, how much money do you think you need to make a month in order to live comfortably? I will tell you that if your monthly expenses are roughly, let's say, $1,200, don't answer this question by saying, I need to make $1,200. The question is asking about how much you should make to be comfortable. So always give yourself a little bit of a cushion.